Is it your goal to buy a new home in 2025? In this video, I'm going to walk through the ultimate step-by-step guide to buying your first home. Whether you're feeling excited or overwhelmed, don't worry. I've helped hundreds of families throughout the years successfully purchase their home. And I'm going to break everything down in 9 easy to follow steps to help navigate you through the process with confidence. First up, plan your finances. This is the foundation of the entire process. You're going to want to save for your down payment and closing costs. You're going to want to aim to save 6.5% to 10% of the purchase price. Now, there are ways to buy a home with little to no money down, and if you stick around till the end of this video, I'll share with you how to. Just know that it's good practice to have a strong savings if you plan to buy a home. This can cover both your down payment and your closing costs. And so what are closing costs? Closing costs are fees that are associated with the sale of the home that aren't included in your down payment. You're going to want to make sure you understand what's included in your closing costs. Things like loan origination fees from your lender, and title insurance fees from the title company, and your real estate agent's professional service fee. You're going to want to establish steady income. Lenders typically want to see a stable job history, preferably 2 years or more. This shows you can reliably make monthly payments because you have a steady stream of income coming in. You're going to want to check your credit score. See, a minimum credit score of 580 is generally needed for an FHA loan, but to get the best rate, you want to aim for a score of 700 or higher. See, a higher credit score can save you thousands of dollars in interest payments over the life of your loan. You're going to want to establish a budget. Lenders will often approve you for more than you may feel comfortable spending. And a good rule of thumb is to keep your mortgage payment around 30% of your take-home pay. See, a lender can approve you up to 45% of your pay. And in many cases, I work with buyers who don't feel comfortable spending that much monthly. This will help you out tremendously when you go to get approved to buy and start searching for homes. Step 2, hire a real estate agent. Next, it's time to hire a real estate agent. And I'm going to explain to you why you would even want to hire a real estate agent and why not all real estate agents are the same. And then I'll give you tips on how to find a good real estate agent that's the right fit for you. So why hire a real estate agent? See, they represent your best interest when you go to buy a home. And a good real estate agent can make your home buying process much smoother. Now keep in mind, you don't have to hire a real estate agent, and you can certainly represent yourself when buying a home. One thing to think about though is this may be the biggest purchase you ever make in your entire life. And in some cases, it is the biggest purchase people make in their entire life. Do you want a chance making a huge mistake because there is a learning curve and you don't do this every single day? If you decide to hire a real estate agent, you need to understand that not all real estate agents are the same. And with that being said, it's very important if you do hire a real estate agent that you hire the right real estate agent for the job. First off, getting a real estate license is extremely easy, and the barriers to entry are very low. Just about anyone with a clean background can get a real estate license. And because of that, the likelihood of you ending up with a bad real estate agent is pretty good. I would rather work with an agent who's been licensed for 5 years and sells 20 to 30 homes a year than an agent who's been licensed for 20 years and only sells 1 or 2 homes a year. Time does not equal experience, and only can you get experience by practicing. So you may be asking yourself, well, how do I find the right real estate agent? And you may be feeling overwhelmed about it all. Don't. I'll explain to you what to look for in a good real estate agent and some of the basic duties you should expect from them. Listen, it's a good idea to interview a few different real estate agents to make sure you get the right fit for you. And I'm going to include in the description down below a link to a PDF that includes interview questions that you should ask a real estate agent when you're interviewing them for the job. And this is to help safeguard you from hiring the wrong person. If I were getting ready to enter into the market today to buy a new home tomorrow, this is what I would be looking for in an agent. I want to work with someone who's actively selling in today's real estate market. They are going to know exactly what it takes to get you the home you love. They'll know if it's in a slow market, is it possible to negotiate a lower price? Or on the other hand, if you're in a busier market, they're gonna know what it's gonna take to craft your offer to get it accepted. See, the market is constantly changing. The market today isn't what it was 20 years ago or even 2 years ago at that. And that's why it's important to work with someone who's actively selling homes full time, which leads me to my next point. You wanna work with someone who's selling real estate full time. You want someone who can go look at a house as soon as possible, especially in today's market where speed is the name of the game. And an agent who has another job just complicates all of that. Next, I want to work with someone with experience in my local market that I'm looking in. See, I live in Ohio and I wouldn't hire an agent who works primarily in Columbus to help me sell my home or even buy a new home in Youngstown, Ohio, where I live. See, a good local agent will know the average days on market, months of inventory, and median sales price in those local markets. This is important because competition in some local markets are more competitive than others. So for example, in my area, if you're looking to buy a home in say Canfield or Columbiana, you're going to experience a lot more competition because those markets are in very high demand to move to right now. And then on the other hand, if you were looking at buying in, let's say, East Liverpool or Wellsville, Ohio, you're going to experience less competition because those markets aren't in as high of demand currently. So my point is someone who is going to have a pulse on your local market is going to be the best fit. The next thing I want to look for in an agent is someone who successfully helps people like me. For example, if I were looking to buy an investment property, I wouldn't want to work with somebody who doesn't work with investors regularly. So in your case, looking to buy a home for the first time, you're going to want to work with someone who works with first-time home buyers frequently. See, some agents are strictly listing agents, and that's all they do. They don't have time for first-time home buyers and walking people through the process. So know who they primarily work with, and that'll help you out a lot. And the next thing I want to look for in an agent is somebody who will actively market to off-market homeowners in an attempt to find a home that's not on the market. In my opinion, not enough agents are actually doing this, but it's something that I do for all my clients to help give us a competitive edge in the market. So our current market, we're experiencing extremely limited inventory, and it's taking a long time to find the right home for people, longer than it has been in the past. So I believe that leaving no stone unturned and taking a proactive approach to finding my clients a home will help out and give us a competitive edge. And lastly, I want to work with someone who knows what to look for when walking through a home. And this may be the most important to me. An agent who knows what defects to look for when viewing a home can help save you money by pointing out deal breakers that you would have to hire a home inspector to find out for you. Now, don't take that the wrong way. You should still definitely have a home inspection because your real estate agent likely isn't a licensed home inspector. And you can't expect them to find every defect, but they should be able to notice the ones that are in plain sight. So for example, a good agent could point out something like a bowing foundation wall that's gonna get called out in a home inspection, ultimately saving you time and money from offering on the home and waiting to pay for the home inspection and ultimately paying for the home inspection just to find out. Step 3, get pre-approved. Before you start looking for homes, get pre-approved for a loan. This will save you time and energy. What's a pre-approval versus a pre-qualification? You need to know the difference, and getting a pre-approved is a more in-depth process than just getting pre-qualified for a home. With a pre-approval, a lender will check your credit, verify your income, and review your debt to give you a firm budget for your home search. Pro tip, you're gonna wanna shop around for the best deal possible. Just like interviewing real estate agents, I recommend interviewing at least 3 different banks or mortgage companies to find the best rate possible. Rates can vary between lenders, So don't just settle for the first loan offer you get. Compare interest rates, loan terms, and fees to find the best deal for you. Every real estate agent should be able to recommend you 3 different lenders for you to shop around that are reliable lenders. And I would avoid working with an agent who's gonna steer you to work with a specific vendor and doesn't give you options. They're not looking out for your best interests. During this process, you're gonna wanna prepare your documentation. You'll need to provide pay stubs, tax returns, and bank statements. Having this documentation ready can speed up the process significantly and get you pre-approved a lot faster. Step 4, house hunting. Now it's time to start the hunt for your new home. This is where the process starts to get exciting. You're gonna wanna make a needs versus wants list. Write down your must-haves, which are hard requirements, and nice-to-haves, which are your soft requirements. So an example of what your needs might be, your needs would include a certain number of bedrooms or bathrooms, while your wants could be things like a pool or a fenced-in backyard. This will help keep your search focused. Once you've got your list together, you're going to want to work with your real estate agent to help find you the homes that match your criteria. They should set you up on a saved search that will automatically notify you when homes that meet your criteria hit the market. This will help you stay on top of everything, but it's still a good idea to be searching on your own so that if you see something that doesn't check all the boxes, but still looks like something you might love, you'll be aware of it. Your agent's gonna know the local market and be able to help show you the best options within your budget. And in some cases, let you know if what you're looking for is realistic or not. See, I would love to buy a 3,000 square foot home on 10 acres of land for $100,000, but it's just not realistic to have those expectations. So be realistic and don't waste time. Don't get caught up in homes that are out of your price range or that don't fit your needs. If something doesn't feel right, move on and keep searching for the home that will be the right fit for you. Step 5, you found a home and now it's time to make an offer. Move quickly. The market can move very fast, especially in competitive areas. If you found a home you absolutely love, be prepared to act quickly before someone else comes in and swipes the home out from underneath you. You're gonna wanna craft a competitive offer. So work with your agent to make an offer that includes the price and any contingencies like inspection contingencies or an appraisal contingency and a reasonable closing date. And if the home is in high demand, you may need to make an offer above the asking price. So if you offer below the asking price, expect a negotiation. The seller may counter your offer and you'll need to decide how to respond. And your agent can help navigate you through these negotiations. And you're gonna wanna have your agent do a market analysis first. Your agent should always do a market analysis on a property that you're interested in offering on. So before you write the offer, make sure that your agent does this for you so that you can understand what the market value is of the home before you even offer on it. This is very important so that you can understand the value of the home, and this will help you when strategizing to write your offer. If you're finding value in this video up until this point, do me a favor and hit the like button. Step 6 is the due diligence period. Okay, once your offer is accepted, you enter the due diligence phase. This is your time to make sure that the property is in good shape. This is a short period of time though, roughly 10 days or whatever your agent negotiates on your behalf, but time is of the essence, so you have to be on top of this. Get a home inspection. A licensed professional inspector will look over the entire property to identify any major issues. This is essential to avoid buying a home with hidden problems like foundation cracks, faulty wiring, or even a bad roof. Also during this period, you're gonna wanna obtain homeowner's insurance. You'll need insurance before closing, so it's a good idea to shop around for the best coverage to protect your asset. Remember, ask your agent for 3 referrals. You're also gonna wanna consider additional inspections. So depending on the area that you're buying in, you may wanna get additional inspections for things like septic systems or wells if you're buying in a rural area. See, these inspections can save you from costly repairs down the road. Step 7 Negotiate repairs after the inspections. You're going to want to review the inspection report and look for significant issues that could affect your decision. So don't be afraid to ask for repairs or credits if things are wrong. You're going to want to work with your agent to negotiate. You might want to request the seller for credit to cover the repairs if there are any sort of major repairs that need done. So with that being said, it's important to be reasonable during this process. The purpose of a home inspection is to search for major issues. With any house, you're gonna find minor issues. And I mean any house. Every single home from a brand new to 100 years old is gonna have minor issues and items that aren't up to today's codes. If there are issues that are minor, you might decide to take care of those yourself instead of asking the seller to make fixes to help with the negotiation. Step 8, the appraisal. Next, the lender will order an appraisal to confirm the value of the property. The appraisal process is when the appraiser will assess the home's value based on its condition, location, and recent sales of similar homes in your area. So you may be asking yourself, what happens if the appraisal comes in too low? Well, if the appraisal comes in lower than what you offered on a home, you may need to renegotiate with the seller or come up with the difference in cash. This is another reason why working with a good real estate agent matters. And I'm gonna tell you a little story about a couple that I recently worked with. So after their appraisal came in, it came in $10,000 lower than the agreed upon purchase price. And the buyers that I was working with were willing to make up the difference in the appraisal and the purchase price with cash, but I was able to negotiate the sellers to drop the price of the home by $10,000 so that my clients wouldn't have to bring that extra $10,000 to the closing table. See, the seller's representative was a new agent with only a year of experience, and the agent didn't even try to negotiate back with us. They just got the seller to agree to drop the price. See, if that was an experienced agent on the other side, that situation would have likely ended up with my clients paying the difference or the seller and my clients splitting the difference. So just working with an experienced agent there, my clients saved $10,000. Step 9, the final walkthrough. You're almost there, so close you could probably taste it. But before you officially close on your new home, you'll need to do a final walkthrough. During this walkthrough, you're gonna check the home's condition. This is your chance to ensure that the home is in the same condition as when you made your initial offer. Look for any new issues or damage that may have happened when the seller was moving out. Also, during this time, you're gonna wanna ensure everything that you negotiated in the contract, like appliances and fixtures, are still there. All right, now it's time to close on the home. And if you stuck around to this point, I promised you I would teach you how to buy a home with little to no money down. So click or tap the screen to find out how you can do that. And don't forget to hit the like button. I'll see you at the next video.